Hello and welcome to another, well, I say another, but it's just LEGO therapy. This is the first LEGO therapy that's going to be on this channel. If you know me and my content, you know that this is a series that I ran on my second channel, MXZ. Obviously you've got my main channel, MXZ, then you've got second channel, MXZ, and then you've got this, my more personal channel, which I've never really uploaded to a proper video like this, except for maybe my vinyl video. Today we're going to be building a custom LEGO build. That's why it came in a bag. Firstly, I want to give a massive shout out to the person who made these custom builds. So this is a custom set from a company called Demonhunter bricks. Now they didn't send me this, they didn't ask me to promote it, they've not given it me for free. I've seen the guy who makes them twice now, at two Comic Cons, one in London and one in Birmingham. And the first time I saw him in London, I bought a set, and I bought the Luke Return of the Jedi lightsaber because I love the set, and I want to give this guy a lot of love because he seems like a really genuinely nice guy. I follow him on Instagram. I've spoken to him at both the Comic Cons I've been to. Genuinely like a really nice guy who clearly loves what he does, and as well clearly puts a lot of effort into it. And all the custom builds that he does, and they're all really good. Like there's literally like Ahsoka, Count Dooku, I've got Luke, there's like full-on blasters. I really wanted one of the blasters, but I just couldn't afford it at the time. So yeah, go give this guy a follow on Instagram, go have a look at the LEGO sets that he has to offer. Genuinely, just support this guy. I mean, as I say, he's not asked me to say this, he's not asked me to do this, but I just think that the sets that he's making look incredible. Yeah, I might buy another one after this. But anyway, let's get into the build, and then I'll have a little bit of a talk about what we're doing on here, why we're on this channel and not my other channel. So yeah, this might be a new thing to you, some of you watching this, that this is even a channel that I have, the Isaac Rose channel. I sometimes feel bad the fact that I've like asked essentially people to subscribe to what is now 4 channels. Now you have this channel, you have my main channel, you have my second channel, and you also have my shorts channel. So that's 4 channels, and even getting people to subscribe to one is like a good thing. I essentially made this channel a long time ago as a place for me to put more personal content. I think I've always had this channel, but it was more so the fact of when I started my second channel, that was still quite heavily, like, it was still very gaming based. It was a place for moments from videos where it didn't belong on the main channel, and so that is what essentially birthed this channel. And I've been through phases where I've actually like wanted to upload on this channel, and I've wanted to do sort of like series, and different things like that on this channel. I remember a while ago, it was a place where I did a sort of a series where I did, oh bloody Nora, it's been a long time since I've built any Lego, so I'm not very good at this. I'll get into that a little bit later as well, like what's happened to LEGO therapy and why this happened. This is almost like an update LEGO therapy. It's a short LEGO therapy. I should have really said this in the intro. This is going to be like a shorter LEGO therapy. I've got loads of sets to build that I've had since last Christmas, and it's nearly next Christmas. And I've still not built them, and yeah, so I'll get into all that, but yeah, sorry, I should have explained that first. So yeah, I had a series, it wasn't a long series, where I essentially filmed almost a vlog that was about my week, like a weekly vlog, and it lasted a fair while. It wasn't something that I just gave up on after a week. It lasted a while, but one of the main reasons I started it was because I wanted to look back and remember a lot of stuff. I sort of how like you look back on your Snapchat memories, and I love looking back on stuff like that, like Snapchat memories, photo books and things like that. I love doing stuff like that. But then part of me was like, I'm putting that much time into filming my week to remember it, that I'm not actually living in the moment and remembering it for myself. So I sort of stopped that series, and then ever since then this channel sort of just laid dormant. Like I've not really done much on it. But now I feel like the second channel, and by that I'm referring to as, if I say second channel, I mean MXZED, and if I say personal channel, then that's this channel. I feel like now the second channel is at a point where it's very much just stream highlights, gaming based sort of clips. LEGO therapy didn't really feel right on that channel anymore. LEGO therapy, this series where I just sit on my bed and build LEGO and talk to you lot, doesn't really feel right on a channel that's still quite, not necessarily high energy because it's me playing Minecraft and stuff, but it's more gaming and memey content and things like that. So Lego Therapy didn't feel right on that channel anymore, which is hence why we're here. Also wasn't the only reason that Lego Therapy stopped. Initially as well stopped because if you know some of the content that I do, I started a podcast on my Patreon. Once a month I sit down, pretty much the same as this, on my bed and just talk to camera. And so I was at a little bit of a tricky spot with it because I thought, well, that's essentially what Lego Therapy is. Lego Therapy is just me sitting on my bed and talking. So I don't want to feel like I'm scamming the patrons out of their money by saying, oh look, pay me so and so a month for this exclusive Patreon podcast, even though I'm going to be repeating myself on the second channel on Lego Therapy anyway. I didn't want to do that, so that is essentially the main reason that that Lego Therapy sort of took a step back. That was not the correct English, I don't think. I've missed Lego Therapy like since not doing it. I literally got like so many Lego sets for Christmas last year, and they've just been sat next to them. Like, I've just not built them. I've still got the Mandalorian head, the Luke's helmet, I've got the Luke corridor scene, I've got a Batman scene that one of you guys got me as like a gift, which I feel really guilty about that I've not built yet. People have said like in my family and stuff, like, well, just build it, like it doesn't have to be on camera, and I'm like, yeah, but I want to do Lego Therapy. I know I'm not doing it, but I want to. So yeah, I just sort of stopped doing it. I missed it, and so here we are. Part of me has for a while actually like had the concept of what to do with Lego Therapy. I've almost just like been putting it off, and I've not really had the time to just sit down and do this. But at the same time I have. Like, I just make excuses for doing extra things like this. On my notes on my phone, I've literally got like a notepad of like what to talk about on Lego Therapy, so that when I actually finally came around to doing it, I had like a fat list where I was like, oh, I can talk about this, and this. And I've realised how I can like move forward with doing Lego Therapy and differentiate it from the Patreon podcast, so that I'm not like doing the patrons out of their money or whatever. The way of doing it is that before Lego Therapy, while we did talk about like the nerdy stuff like Star Wars or Marvel or films and stuff, I also like talked about personal stuff on YouTube stuff and feelings and things about the year or whatever. Whereas now I'm not going to do that. All the personal stuff I'm going to save up and keep for the Patreon podcast. I mean, if I'm doing Lego Therapy and I stray off into stuff like that, then it is what it is. For the main like priority of the topics, it's going to be about like nerd culture and stuff. So like in my notes I've got like a list of like all the Marvel shows that have come out since the last Lego Therapy, all the Star Wars shows, all the animes I've watched, films I've watched, games, things like that. It's going to be more cultural. I don't know if cultural is the right term or not, but more based on that stuff rather than a personal session, which in a way kind of contradicts the name of Lego Therapy, but also not, because we're still going to be like in this nice setting where we're sat on my bed and we're just chilling and talking, playing Lego. Playing Lego? I don't know. So in essence it is still the same, it's just going to change a little bit, and then obviously, okay Freddie, thank you, also going to be on this channel, which will make it a little bit different, but at the same time as me saying, oh, it's not really therapy now that I'm not like talking about personal stuff, this is therapy for me more than it is for you lot, because me sat here doing this, chilling on my bed, building this Lego, chatting about stuff I love, like Star Wars or watching stuff, it's genuinely like, it helps my brain switch off a bit, and it's kind of like calming for me and stoof. So in essence it is still Lego Therapy, it's just not personal Lego Therapy. But hey, if you want that, go over to the Patreon. To be fair with the Patreon stuff, like before, the Patreon podcast was the only thing you were getting on the Patreon. If I talked about personal stuff on the Lego Therapy, then essentially what you're paying for was a bit pointless. Whereas now it's actually got to a point where like there's more stuff, essentially. Like it's not just the podcast. There's like the Q&A and the deleted scenes once a month and stuff like that. I think I'm at a point in time now where I can do it, and I hope that the patrons are on board. But hey, if you're a patron and you're annoyed, just hit the refund button. I will not be offended. I don't want to go into like too many of the topics I've got written down. I've got a lot of topics written down, I'm not gonna lie. Because it's been so long since we did a Lego therapy, the amount of like Marvel films that have come out, I've got such a big list. But this build isn't too big, so I didn't want to do it now. I just wanted to do this as sort of an introduction to this channel, to the new future of Lego therapy, because this is, in my opinion, this is my favourite thing that I do. It's the most like original idea that I've had. It's the series on YouTube where I have like actual like friends or people come up to me in real life say like, oh, I actually watched that, it's actually kind of cool. We'll talk a little bit more about this channel because I'm sorry if this Lego therapy is boring. I assume normally people like to come here for like the chat about Star Wars shows or Marvel shows or what's been going on with my life or whatever. Whereas this one's just going to be a little bit more of like a explainer type thing. I don't really know, but apologies if you were hoping for a little bit more, considering it's been so long since Lego therapy. So I want to do something with this channel because I can't lie, one of my biggest passions is like real life content and real life stuff. I just don't know what to do. Obviously the second channel was a place for all this, but also like now I feel like the second channel is a little bit more just stream highlights and stuff, which I still like because I still want to give you all like that gaming content stuff, but it doesn't feel right to also post personal videos, personal stuff on there. So now we have these. Update on the Lego. So far I've built this little bit. I don't know if you can see it. Also the stand. So that's pretty freaking epic. I do want to do something on this channel. It's just figuring out what. I suppose little bits like this. I liked what I used to put on this channel. You know, like the like more personal videos and sort of like personal vlogs and stuff. I love documentaries. I'd love to make something like that, but I don't really have the skill or knowledge to do it. I suppose that's stupid to say, but I don't know. This channel is like the part of me that's different to the rest. The other channels are high energy, highlight moments, highlight reels, high edited, funny moment, bang, here's a moment, laugh, giggle, wah, shouty noise. But I also don't want that to be all you think I am. I don't want you to just think, I don't know, I want my YouTube journey and what I create to be more than just highlight reels, funny moments, because not only that, but I feel like there's a lot of room to help people on these platforms. And if you just see highlight reels, which is what YouTube is, what social media is, you think maybe like my life's great. Like the amount of like comments I get of like, oh, I really wish I had like a friend group like yours, or I could like don't like what you do on games with your mates. I wish I could do that and all this. But I want to show that there is more, and we are just actual people, and I want to be able to sort of like connect to you lot on this like deeper, more personal level. I want you to be able to see me in this more deeper, personal like level. So I don't know. I just, the thing is with this channel, it's like yesterday I watched a documentary, the new one directed by Jonah Hill on Netflix. I can't remember what it's called, but it was amazing. It's basically a documentary about his therapist. So they sort of do like therapy sessions. It's more like him showing tips about himself, and then Jonah Hill gets a little bit more vulnerable towards the end, and it actually becomes more about like their relationship and things. And every time I watch something like that, I get kind of inspired to like make something a little bit more meaningful than just here's a laugh, here's a little quick burst of giggles or whatever you get from my main channel video. I don't know. Genuinely, like I sat up last night thinking of like ideas of what I could do for this channel, and my ideas aren't fully there yet, but I'm sure they'll get there. I love those videos where people will say like motivational stuff and have like little like cinematics over the top of it of like a stream and life and society and all that. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like all my other channels are like the perfect place of where I want them to be. That's stupid saying it, really, isn't it? Because like most people just have one channel. But I don't know. I like Lego therapy. I don't feel like would belong on like my main channel. I just think that would be weird. And as well with YouTube, like you've got to stick within your own little niche of content, but I don't really want to do that. I want to do stream highlights, and I want to do random just tier lists if I feel like it, or react to some stupid random video, or kind of brings me back to like how I used to do YouTube, like on my old channel when I was a kid, where it was literally just upload whatever you want. And I wish YouTube was still like that, but just not. Like if I did that, it would kill off my main channel so quick. Like if I uploaded a LEGO therapy on there, I don't know, I feel like people would unsubscribe or something. If they didn't, the video would flop. And then the way YouTube works is like, if a couple videos start flopping, then YouTube's just not going to push your content out to everyone else, and then it dies. So that's why I have so many channels, and people get a little bit annoyed. I think it's stupid for me to have this many channels, but the way I see it is just literally like, I want to create whatever I want to create, and I don't want to be restricted by a certain niche channel or something. Or I don't want to one day wake up and think, I don't enjoy gaming anymore. Now I'm going to have to somehow divert my content and start making something else, and at that point you're kind of screwed. So I'm sort of working proactively to avoid that ever happening. If I fall out of love with gaming, or I don't want to do those funny moment things anymore, and I just want to stream, that would never happen, because I love streaming, but not that much. But if, say, that was to happen, then people on my main channel would be annoyed about just basic stream highlights, because they're sort of going to think, oh, where's the subtitles, where's the high edits and everything like that. So now, if you enjoy the just stream highlights, then you go to the second channel. If you don't, you don't. I don't care. If you just want the main channel stuff, just go to the main channel stuff. If you find you don't like gaming content anymore, because my audience will also grow out of love of and in love with stuff, then you can come over to this channel, and hopefully there's something for you here instead of there, and stuff like that. So I'm essentially doing whatever I want now, not caring, because at the end of the day, if I held myself back now, it would make me resent the gaming stuff more, and then everything would fall apart. Because if I was just like, oh, I really want to do a LEGO therapy, but I can't because no one would like it on the main channel and stuff, then yeah. It allows me to give different vibes. Like if you want a calm vibe, you come over to this channel. It's essentially like a genre switch. If you went on Netflix, for example, you wanted a horror film, to the horror film. If you want a comedy film, you go to the comedy film section. Whereas on YouTube, it's just like, no. You have this one channel, and if you want a different mood or a different vibe or a different style video, you go to a different channel, and you have to search for it, and you have to do all that. Whereas this allows me to do whatever I want, whatever mood I'm in. I can create whatever content, and it doesn't matter. If I want to do some chill, relaxing stuff in real life, go to the Eyes of Rose channel. To be honest, I've waffled so much in this podcast because I've not done this for a while. If I'm being really honest, it's more for myself than it is for anybody else, because I lie. It's for myself, but it's also to please YouTube algorithm, so that I don't kill off all my stuff, but also it is for myself, because as I said, if I was just doing one form of content, I would lose. I would burn myself out, or I would fall out of love with YouTube, because I think I'm just stuck doing gaming. Whereas now, I'm not. This is looking actually sick. There's one of my favourite builds of LEGO that I think I've done so far. I don't think I've said any of my points very well, but hopefully you understood them a little bit, and where I'm sort of wanting to go with the future of this channel, the future of LEGO therapy, the future of everything that I want to do on YouTube. 2023 is going to be a pretty good year for my YouTube stuff. It's where I'm, well, hopefully going to hit 100k. Absurd to even consider. As well, I feel like I'm on, like, I've never been more on it in terms of like what I'm doing with my content than I am at the minute. The main channel, I've been doing weekly uploads, which I've never done. I've never been able to do on the main channel. But I'm putting a lot of work in, and I hope you lot are enjoying all the content, and I hope you enjoy the content on this channel as well. And we have it. There we go. Luke's lightsaber from, oh wait, oh, it's actually so cool. You've got like the bottom, which is just absolutely perfect. The buttons on the side, that's mint. The little detailing as you go up to the top, and it's on a stand. Great build. Okay, well, that is officially the first ever LEGO therapy on this channel. I hope to genuinely do more. I hope you have enjoyed. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you when I see you.